My beloved, so often, you miss the quiet moves I make behind the scenes. From where I stand, your life stretches wider than you can see. Danger didn't skip you, I intercepted it. You never felt it, not because it wasn't there, but because I blocked it before it could breathe near you. I stepped in early, no big entrance, no fanfare, long before you even knew to ask. You tend to zoom in on what went wrong, the letdowns, the locked doors, the long silences, the goodbyes that hit too hard, and the sting that still lingers. But how often do you stop to think about the wrecks I rerouted? The messages I intercepted? The schemes that fizzled out before they found you? I know it's felt like an endless stretch, but today, I'm asking you to look deeper. Step past what you can hold in your hands. Let's peel back the surface and spot what's been moving underneath. Trade that tired sigh for patience, because those quiet moments weren't empty. They carried more of me than you knew. You can't picture everything I swept from your path, and you don't have to. Just know, it wasn't wasted. I guide with gifts and with restraint. When I hold something back, it's not rejection, it's protection. When I stall a door from opening, it's not a no to you, it's a shield for what's coming. I'm leading you toward ground that won't cave beneath your calling. That same quiet care was working when you begged for things that would have chipped away at who you are. Behind those yes you prayed for were traps, burnout, manipulation, slow leaks to the purpose I poured into you. So I pulled them out of reach for your long-haul strength. Some of the chances you cheered from a distance, they would have buried you under pressure you weren't built to bear. I removed them without the spotlight, while you wondered if I'd even heard you. Oh, I heard. And I moved. I picked timing over rush, depth over drama, so your future would stand tall, not wobble. Freedom often sneaks in quietly. It's something you only notice when you look back and realize what didn't touch you. What you called delay was me choosing the right moment. I've been guarding you, not just from the outside world, but from your own deadlines, your own drive to settle for good enough. I see the full picture. I hear every whispered, why not yet? And my answer hasn't changed. I care too much to let you build on ground that can't hold you. Yes, I saw when the disappointment squeezed you, and I saw you keep choosing trust over giving up. That meant something. I caught the quiet tears, the times you faked strength but were falling apart. None of it slipped past me. It all built endurance. It carved deeper reliance. Because you walked through shadows without folding, I'll show you what's been growing underground. I've been stretching your capacity to care bigger, think broader, hope higher than before. I've been planting resilience under the weight of everyday life. You've picked up new strengths you didn't even see coming, like the calm you now carry into moments that used to undo you. That's me. The courage to walk away from spaces or people that once defined you. That's me too. Your ability to pause, to breathe, even when things are still unclear. That's more proof. I kept you for a reason. Your perspective, your story, your voice. All of it's going to steady people who are still tripping in the dark. And before that could happen, I had to clear what would have blocked you. None of it was punishment. It was preparation. You felt unseen, but I was opening space. You felt stuck, but I was rearranging the pieces. You thought I was quiet, but my silence was removing what couldn't stay. Every apparent loss was actually a lifting. Every detour was a door held open for better. Your hands are freer than you think, freer to build, to give, to grow. What felt like a setback was actually me giving you space to breathe, to recover, to get ready. So now, trust me in a new way. Not just as the one who answers, but the one who guards. Wake up grateful, not just for what shows up, but for what never had a chance to reach you. This is grown-up faith, walking without proof, trusting without tidy answers, and standing tall without applause. That kind of trust doesn't bulldoze problems, it outlasts them. And that's your story. You've been noticing me in the quiet corners. I'm not just the God of thunder and miracle. I'm the one in the small choices, the quiet rescues, the slow builds. What's ahead for you isn't leftover, it's been kept safe. Every piece of your journey has led to now. You're ready, not because you feel strong, but because your heart has been surrendered. That steadiness you now carry? That's me. The courage to step forward with clarity? Also me. And the humility that keeps you soft, even after everything? That's how you know you're ready. Even when the map didn't make sense, you kept step with me. You adjusted your pace, followed my lead. Now the season shifts. Being released doesn't mean being left behind. It means you're stepping into what's always been yours. Your voice is headed into spaces ready to listen. You thought no one noticed you holding it all together. But I did. I saw every moment you dragged yourself into one more day with yesterday still on your back. I saw the forced smiles, the quiet wars. I was never waiting for polish. I watched your perseverance. Your honesty never turned me away. Every time you chose truth over pretending, you made room for me to step in. I've always been drawn to that. You worried whether I saw your effort when things didn't turn out. I did. I recorded every quiet prayer, every hard-won forgiveness. I never missed a single one. I've loved you through every question, every doubt, every night you couldn't sleep. I never backed away. I never paused my love. My view of you has never shifted, not on your worst day. My care didn't start when you got it together. My commitment never flickered. I don't love based on performance. I love because I made you, and I don't walk away from what I create. All those quiet choices, unseen sacrifices, roads you didn't take, they were never wasted. They were part of a story I've been writing with care. Today, know this. I wasn't trying to keep you from good things. I was trying to keep you close to me. I saw you wrestle with your worth, confuse visibility with value. But someone else's failure to see your light didn't change how bright you shine in my eyes. You weren't built to chase temporary approval. You were formed to live out of unshakable love. I know the questions that still swirl, the people who left, the plans that unraveled. But not everything was meant to stay. Some things would have drained you dry. Some people would have blurred your vision. You prayed for growth, and I removed what was weighing you down. I was making space for more clarity, more reach, more impact. And yeah, it hurt. But I didn't let you recover alone. Even in the clearing, I was near. I let what matters stay, and let what didn't fall away. As things become clearer, don't rush to ask, what's next? Let this moment settle. Let reality catch up with awareness. Speed can blind the very eyes I just opened. Instead, ask, how do you see me now? Because when you see through my eyes, you'll find confidence. I see someone who weathered storms and didn't give up. I call that beautiful strength. I'm inviting you into rest now. Not hustle, not effort, just presence. That's where real restoration begins. Rest in the ordinary, the quiet dinners, the shared laughs, the moments where you just breathe and know you're okay. Sit with me, not to prove you're useful, but because you're already loved. Your power isn't in perfection, it's in connection. Let me carry what you're still trying to juggle. The unspoken worries, the questions you shelved. Bring them to me. Start each day with me. No rush, no checklist, just quiet sorting together. Clarity will rise like dawn after a long night. Don't show up to perform. Show up to connect. I'm near. Even now. Words aren't necessary. I know your heart. Quit pretending you're fine. I see you. Come as you are. Tired, unsure, hopeful. Just come. I'll show you more. You don't have to understand it all right now. Just remember, I'm not going anywhere. I've already prepared what you'll need. I've cleared obstacles you never saw. Hold on to that promise when shadows stretch and voices question your path. I've gone ahead of you. Silence isn't absence. Stillness isn't stuck. You're moving because we're moving together. Even shaky steps train you for stronger roads. So breathe. You're not late, not forgotten, not out of place. You're right on time. And one day, you'll see how every delay held a hidden kindness. And you'll say, thank you for not giving me what I thought I had to have. That moment will land like morning after a sleepless night. Now, will you trust me again? Not because it feels good, but because you know who I am. Trust is steady when emotions aren't. It holds on when vision blurs. One step, one day at a time. Now let's talk about pain. Not the kind you tell everyone about, but the ache that sits quiet, tucked in deep. Pain doesn't shout, but it leans in close. Shapes how you walk, how you hope. If you don't name it, it lingers, even when everything looks fine on the outside. It hides behind your grin, under the armor you wear. It whispers in the dark about things left unsaid, dreams on hold, fears you haven't found words for. I know that pain, not just from afar. I've carried it with you, through the rooms no friend could enter, through the nights that broke you awake. And I'm going to use it, not to glorify suffering, but to redeem it. That's my specialty. Redemption doesn't just make sense of the past. It transforms the hard stuff into wells of empathy, giving your voice weight and resonance with anyone who's walked a similar road. It becomes a spark that invites hope to rise again. You've spent long hours trying to piece together the reasons for your pain, asking why things unfolded the way they did. You've replayed scenes, searched for clues, hoping the past might sketch a roadmap toward peace. You've wondered why certain relationships fractured, why you felt left out, behind, or unseen. You've asked yourself if something in you pushed people away, if you missed red flags, or if holding on longer might have kept things from falling apart. Those thoughts have robbed you of rest, again and again. Why did doors that once seemed like divine setups suddenly close? Why did hopeful seasons end with silence? You cried out, God, where were you? Hear this, I was right there. I never stepped away, not for a second. I wasn't a passive observer. I was actively working, steering what you couldn't see, always shaping things for your good and for lasting peace. I didn't always take the pain away, but I placed boundaries around it. You only felt what I allowed, and even that came with a purpose. Pain isn't my heart for you, but in a broken world, it becomes the soil where growth takes root. Pain makes way for clarity. It builds grit where fear once sat. It forges tenderness out of survival. It becomes transformation when it's brought to me. I never caused your wounds, but I'll use them. I don't delight in your sorrow, but I bend what broke you into bridges others can walk across. What was meant to harden you, I will use to soften you. Betrayal will become the ground where I affirm your worth. Out of those ashes, new mercy will flow to others, a reminder that loss isn't the final line. What once made you question your identity will now deepen your roots in me. Some lessons are only born in silence. That silence, it's now the soil where unshakable confidence grows. What once knocked you off balance now steadies you. Clarity rarely comes with applause. It's shaped in solitude. Trust catches fire when there's nothing else to cling to. I allowed certain seasons of pruning, not to hurt you, but to guard what I was growing inside of you. The pressure wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Your roots run deeper now. You've learned how to walk with me through the dark. And in doing so, you found that the light was already in you. Courage has been growing quietly with every shaky step, anchoring hope in your chest. Pain shaped you, but it doesn't name you. It taught you how to see, really see others. It taught you to hear between words, to feel what most people ignore. That's not weakness, it's sacred strength. Your sensitivity helps you catch the subtle signs before the big storms hit. It's made you someone who responds with calm instead of rushing in with quick fixes. You're learning to listen with your whole heart. And while others may try to push through life with noise and ego, I've given you a different path, one paved with quiet strength and deep peace. I didn't waste any of it. I've used every fragment to build a sacred purpose in you, a purpose that heals, not from theory, but from experience. This isn't polished perfection. It's the kind of authority that comes from being present, from staying tender when it would have been easier to harden. You've discovered things no book could teach. You kept standing when everything around you was crumbling. You kept your heart open even after it had been bruised. You kept showing up for the process. You learned my voice in the silence. That ache you feel, the longing to be seen and truly understood, it's not weakness. It's the call to deeper communion with me. It's an invitation to talk about what really matters, to trade distraction for desire, to keep only what will last. You were made for real connection, not surface level, performative kind, but honest community where stories are shared and hearts are open. That desire for belonging, it echoes the design I wrote into you. It's not meant to push you toward depending only on people, It's meant to draw you deeper into relationship with me, and I will satisfy those longings in ways you never saw coming. Yes, you asked why things happen the way they did, and I get it, I really do. But sometimes I hold back explanations, not to frustrate you, but to protect your heart. Some answers come only after you're ready to hold them without letting them control your steps. Some endings were really redirections. Some losses made room for something better. You didn't fail. You grew. You adapted. That's wisdom. You flexed with the seasons instead of breaking under them. That's strength. Pain becomes sacred when it's surrendered. Kept to yourself, it festers. Handed to me, it becomes fuel. From surrender comes power. Not loud and showy, but steady, like the morning light. Quiet, consistent, unmistakable. I never asked you to carry this alone. I've been waiting for you to hand it over. Let go of the need to explain it all perfectly. I'm not asking you to perform. I'm inviting you to rest. When you open your hands, I show up, not just to comfort, but to build. I've cleared the way ahead of you, not just to remove what could trip you up, but to create space for peace. You're ready now, not because everything feels easy, but because you've let me into the hardest parts. The wounds that once stung the deepest, they're becoming wide open spaces for growth. You're not chained to your past anymore. Now we get to talk about what comes next. And what's coming isn't vague or wishful, it's precise, designed, set to unfold at just the right time. You won't relive your old pain. You'll start seeing the proof of my promises. You waited quietly. You carried weight no one else saw. You stayed upright when the ground didn't make sense. And now, the shift is happening. The signs are already here, subtle but steady. Doors opening, connections forming, delays turning into alignment. You'll know it's me. People will say things they don't even know are answers to your prayers. A verse will keep showing up. A decision you've been avoiding will suddenly feel urgent. Pay attention. This is how I answer. Not in chaos, but in clarity. Not in randomness, but in rhythm. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmations. You're not guessing. You're being guided. I'm bringing things full circle. Dreams, people, doors, they're returning. But this time, you'll step into them whole. Not from desperation, but from wholeness. The requests you whispered long ago, they've been waiting just outside your view. Now they're coming into focus. Not all at once, but steadily, surely. Even the shakeups are part of it. Don't panic when the ground moves. Sometimes renovation feels like disruption, but I'm not removing anything without the intent to rebuild stronger. So wake up expecting good. Not fake positivity, but grounded hope. Ask me, what are you doing today? Then stay alert. You'll see me in timing, in calm, in sudden openings, in words people didn't even know you needed. Follow the stir inside. That's me. Don't silence it. That nudge? That's your cue. And about timing, remember this. Delay never meant denial. It meant preparation. It meant deeper roots. It meant I was building something solid in you. I didn't forget my promises. I never let them drift. I've watched over every word I've spoken to you, ensuring it reaches its full purpose. My faithfulness isn't about your clock, it's about your calling. I stay loyal to the real you I see, even when you can't. So here's your next move. Start writing again. Not to journal every thought, but to track what I'm doing. Clarity is coming, and you'll want to remember just how precise I've been. Write down the nudges, the confirmations, the whispered truths. People will be drawn to the calm you carry. They won't know why, but they'll feel it. You don't need to promote yourself. Just stay grounded in me. Influence will grow, not to boost your name, but to shine mine. But stay sharp. Not every opportunity is divine. Some will test old wounds. Some will pull at past insecurities. That's why I'm tuning your discernment. You'll feel it when something's off. Trust that internal shift. It's me. I guide through peace, not pressure. Learn the difference. Pressure demands performance. Purpose releases grace. And that's where you're headed, into a season of clear signs and confident steps. You're not late. You're not lost. You're exactly where intention meets timing. Every hidden act of faith, every quiet yes, every unnoticed tear. I saw it all. And now I respond, not randomly, but purposefully. Lift your eyes. Stay awake. The signs have already started, and fulfillment is close. We're not just talking about surviving anymore. We're talking about walking forward with bold trust. My words weren't just comfort. They were your cue to move. Promises ask for participation. What I planted in you has to be lived, not just admired. Faith isn't a feeling. It's a decision. A choice to trust me before the outcome shows up. Start each day declaring, I am not alone. Let your choices match my word, even when nothing around you looks different. That's growth. That's maturity. Guard your space. Your environment either feeds your trust or drains it. Filter what you let in, conversations, voices, noise. Choose peace. Choose presence. Start your mornings with me. Even 5 minutes matters. Speak honestly. Invite me into your messy thoughts. I'll meet you there. The more we talk, the clearer my voice becomes. Respond to the nudges. They won't always come with explanations. But obedience opens doors logic never could. Don't wait until the plan feels perfect. Speak with confidence, not from ego, but from alignment. Declare life over your future, peace over your mind, provision over your needs. Say what I've said, and as you do, your world will start to match my reality. Because words shape what you walk into. Choose them with faith.